Chef Kelvin with another one. Chef Kelvin with another one. Chef Kelvin with another one. Chef Kelvin.
And just like that, we have an incredible mint and pistachio crusted rack of lamb and a passion fruit mojito using Truly. Welcome to another episode of Kelvin's Kitchen, where today it's usually about my favorite dishes, but today I'm going to use one of my favorite ingredients, mint. I'm going to be using mint two different ways. We're going to do a pistachio and mint crusted rack of lamb, figure out some vegetables to go with that, and I'm going to make one of my all-time favorite cocktails, a passion fruit chinola mojito, using Truly's passion fruit hard seltzer. So I'm salivating already, I'm thirsty, I'm hungry. Let's get to it. All right, let's get rocking and rolling. I'm gonna start with my lime. I'm gonna let's use half of a lime. I'm just gonna cut it in a couple wedges. I'm gonna throw that into our glass. I have here 1 ounce of granulated sugar. Let's grab a few mint leaves. I'm gonna say, let's do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Add a little bit more, because this is our opportunity to season our glass, right? So we're gonna muddle our sugar, our lime, and our mint. We're gonna do that for about 30 seconds. These are not the mint leaves that I'm using for garnish, so I don't mind bruising them a little bit. Just gonna add some amazing flavor. That smells incredible. All right, so we got some of the juice out. Next, we're going to add 1 ounce of passion fruit syrup. I'll put the tag on the Amazon. You can make your own passion fruit syrup. But we're gonna add 1 ounce. I'm gonna do 2 ounces of your favorite rum. It's smelling great already. All right, we're gonna pour that with ice. Put a topper. Let's get our glass. Our glass right here. We're gonna garnish. We have a lime. I'm gonna throw a couple lime slices in. It's all about presentation as well. All right, we got our washed mint leaves. Can never have enough. Look at that beauty right there. Get our strainer. Look at this beauty. I wish I had fresh passion fruit. If I had fresh passion fruit, I would throw all the seeds in there and it would absolutely look beautiful. And now to spice it up, we're using Truly's passion fruit seltzer. So we're replacing the club soda in this. I'm gonna add 2 ounces. Oh my God, that looks incredible. Look at that beauty right there. All right, we got our cocktail. That's incredible. I feel like I'm in the Caribbean island right now. Let's get cooking. All right, we have our Australian rack of lamb. This is could feed 3 people if you do 3 chops. This usually feeds 2 in my house. We're gonna season it with kosher salt. I get the lamb that's pretty cleaned up. If you really want to do there and scrape the bones, be my guest. Go right ahead. Some fresh ground pepper. Turn it over. Kosher salt. This is our first opportunity to season our lamb. So we're gonna make sure we're being generous. All right, we're getting our pan hot. I got a couple heirloom potatoes. They're just mixed potatoes. They're blue, purple, white, pink. We're just gonna add a little bit of kosher salt. Fill that with hot water. We're gonna cook these twice. We're gonna add a couple garlic cloves. Just 3 for me. And if you have any aromatics, you can add some rosemary and thyme. I'm gonna add a little bit of each. All right, so while our potatoes are cooking, I have some rosemary and thyme, a little bit of kosher salt. That's gonna come to a boil. We're gonna turn it off because we're gonna use this cast iron to cook. If you don't have a cast iron, you can use a non-stick pan, a stainless steel pan. Just add enough oil so it's not going to stick. We seasoned our lamb with kosher salt and pepper. We're just letting this heat up really quick. It's gonna take about a total, I would say, of 10 minutes on the stovetop. I'm preheating my oven to 400 degrees. And you're looking for a sizzle. We're not there yet, we're almost there. I love using aromatics. I have rosemary, thyme. We're gonna throw some garlic cloves in, just like we always heat up our pan. So we're gonna go in, skin side down. And I'm just gonna press that down a bit. Our goal is to get really nice, beautiful, even caramelization. Let's leave it alone, let it work its magic. We'll check up in a couple minutes. All right, the lamb has been cooking for about 4 minutes. I still have it on high heat. Let's take a look. We're getting almost exactly where we need to be. I'm gonna keep it down. I'm gonna start infusing the oil. A couple garlic cloves, our rosemary and our thyme. And that's just adding another layer of flavor by seasoning that oil. We're just looking for that nice sear. So we're gonna lift up. And we're gonna attack that once we flip over. We're gonna drain some of this oil and start basting. I'll show you how to do that next. All right, the lamb has been cooking 4 minutes on the front side, 2 minutes on the bottom. We're gonna bring it all the way back, bring it all the way down. And we're gonna do what's called basting. You take a spoon, pour it over, pour it over. This is just gonna help brown the areas like the sides that we couldn't get to. We do that a lot in restaurants. Usually we finish with butter. We're gonna stay away with butter right now. That looks beautiful. We're gonna cook this for another 3 minutes. 4 minutes, then we have a total of 10 minutes of total cooking time on the stove. And then we're gonna go in the oven for another 4 minutes. Okay, so the lamb is out the oven. We're gonna remove it from the hot pan. We're gonna let it rest. Let's just bring that bad boy over here. Turned off our potatoes. Just let it sit right there. Get our food processor out, and let's get ready for the next step. My food processor out. It's time to make our beautiful mint and pistachio crusted breadcrumb. I'm gonna add these at the end. We have 2 cups of Panko breadcrumbs. I have 1 cup of flavored pistachios. You can do regular sea salt, but these are honey roasted. I've been snacking on them all day. We're going to add the leaves. I'm gonna say about 40 leaves of parsley. Any big stems you just want to pull out. Don't do the stems. Stems won't work great in this. You'll have big pieces. So I'm gonna say about 40 leaves on the parsley. I'm gonna keep it nice and green. And then mint, we're gonna add 1 bunch of mint leaves. So basically just pick it right off of the stem. Stems are big. We don't want the stems. And while the lamb is resting, it's our perfect time to make this mix because we're gonna throw it all right back in the oven so the breadcrumbs get nice and toasty. The lamb gets cooked perfectly inside. We're looking for a nice medium. So we're gonna throw that back in the oven at 400 degrees. I'm gonna say anywhere to 5 to 7 minutes. We're just gonna watch it until it gets nice golden brown. There it goes. That's a nice bunch of mint there. But this smells so incredible. I love the flavor of mint. It's so aromatic. Now when we're doing this, we wanna also remember that we don't wanna grind it too much. What happens when we grind it too much? It turns black. We don't want black breadcrumbs. Just gonna show lack of effort and lack of love. So, no oil, no nothing. Everyone has problems. It's like I'm having problems today. There we go. There we go. And we're gonna pulse. Just gonna look at it. I'm just looking to see that the pistachios are grinding and the breadcrumb and the mint and parsley are not overturning. So let's add 1 cup at a time of the breadcrumbs. Pulse. Pulse. Oh man, this looks beautiful. We're gonna stop there. We're gonna add just 1 cup. But you can see the beautiful color. It smells incredible. There's there's mint, mint, pistachio, parsley. It smells incredible. Let's go to the next step. All right, I got my lamb that's rested. I have some Dijon mustard. I don't like mustard, but believe it or not, the mustard is very important in this dish. It cuts the gaminess of the lamb. So we're basically just brushing it lightly because we need something that's gonna hold the lamb in place, right? The breadcrumbs, right? So we wanna make sure that it's rested properly, right? We're not gonna have its juices flying everywhere. So we're gonna cover the lamb, skin, side to side, and the bottom. Just gonna grab right here. Just want to make sure that it's completely covered. And the bottom as well. So, what's next, you might ask? The breadcrumbs. Let's move this over a little bit, get a better view. Boom. We have our breadcrumbs here. Always remove the blade. And I'm going to completely cover our lamb. I like patting it in to ensure that the crust stays. Look at that beauty. Wow. All right, now I'm gonna make sure we get every spot. but look at that beauty. Now let's get some on the inside right there, because this opens up a little bit. All right, but now we have this beautiful crusted, oh my God, pistachio and mint crusted rack of lamb. So I'm gonna clean this board out, put it right back on its pan, right back in the oven, 6 to 8 minutes. I'm gonna check it and I'm gonna give you the final count. We're looking for a medium lamb. Let's go to that. All right, so as you can see, our potatoes are piping hot. They came to a boil, turned off the fire, let them sit there for 5-6 minutes. I'm gonna cut them in half. Look at that beautiful purple color. This is gonna be a beautiful looking dish. Now the potatoes are about 80% cooked. We're gonna finish them. We're gonna use the same pan that we cooked the lamb in, pick up all that beautiful fond. And that fond is the little residuals of the lamb when we season it with salt, pepper, the rosemary, the thyme, the garlic, all that. So look at this beauty. That is absolutely gorgeous. So I cleaned the pan out, took out all the oil. I'm gonna put that right back on the fire. Add our vegetables first. We're gonna use a little bit of broccolini. Broccolini is in the broccoli family. I'm just gonna cut the stems a bit. And anything that's yellow, we can get rid of, just like that. Gonna add a little bit of extra virgin olive oil. I'm gonna add our broccoli rabe. Not broccoli rabe, I'm gonna add our broccolini. I apologize, broccoli rabe is one of my favorites. I'm adding enough for about just myself. You know, I have a whole bunch here, but I'm eating alone. So I'm only gonna season enough for one portion. I'm gonna take the potatoes. I'm gonna do cut side down. So what's gonna happen is this is gonna caramelize. It's gonna develop flavor while the lamb is in the oven roasting away. And of course you can make a pan sauce. When the lamb was taken out, you can add some red wine, some beef stock, let that reduce, and there you have a lamb sauce. But I don't want a sauce today. I'm just gonna enjoy the vegetables on its natural state using the flavor. So I'm gonna season with a little bit of kosher salt, some fresh ground pepper, and I'm gonna take 2 garlic cloves and slice them very thin. Toss that right in. It's important when you're cooking anything green, asparagus, broccoli, spinach, you don't overcook it. You don't let it turn brown. If you let it turn brown, you're losing all its nutrients, right? I like using the same pan for as many things as I can. You add flavor to the dish, and you also don't have to clean up as much later. So we're gonna cook these until the potatoes get nice and crispy, so we'll take a look at them. And then until the broccolini gets tender. So this will all work together at the same time. If you're feeling a little indulgent, you can add a little bit of butter. With a little teaspoon there. 12 minutes later, this lamb is beautiful. So the reason I touch to see the bounce back, this is gonna be perfect. So as chefs, we have a little secret, right? I'm going to teach you the way that we as chefs in restaurant know how the meat is ready. So you saw me poking at the lamb, right? So right here, you have your palm, and the way that the meat bounces back is the same way that this bounces back. So if you touch it and you see that quick bounce, that's raw, right? Do the okay sign. That's rare. Take your next finger. It's medium rare. You can see that it starts to firm up. Take your next finger. That's medium. See, it's a little bit firm. And then your pinky, well done. There's no bounce back at all. Bet you didn't know that. Thank you once again to Truly for going over the top, sending me tons of flavors, sponsoring our content, and letting me bring the opportunity of getting creative, doing some cocktails like today's Passion Fruit Mojito and this mint and pistachio crusted rack of lamb. There's only one thing left to do, and you know what it is. It's my favorite time, and it's time to eat. The lamb it's gonna be tender. Oh, smells incredible. Oh my God, I'm not lying when I say the layers of flavors and textures. Excuse me while I pick up the bone. I don't like mustard, but the way the mustard balances out the gaminess of the lamb is just incredible. And of course the fat is just rendered perfectly. Oh my God. Wow, this is really good. This is not your everyday dinner. Lamb is very expensive. For that whole rack, I paid about $45 in Stu Leonard's and Yonkers. It's one of my favorite cuts of meat. This is definitely something sexy for a date night, something where you want to celebrate. But thank you again for Truly for sponsoring our content. Enjoy this Passion Fruit Mojito. Excuse me. Thank you for tuning in to another episode of Kelvin's Kitchen. I hope you're having fun. I hope you're learning. Let me know in the comments. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Until next time, I'm going to keep enjoying this. Thank you, truly.